This was created to commemorate the completion of the website World Heritage Sites. At home, all 1,327 entries. 13. Pont du Gard. The Pont du Gard, or Pont du Gard, is an aqueduct spanning the Gardon River in the Gard department in southern France. It is located on the aqueduct that carried water from Uzes to Nîmes and was built in ancient Roman times around 50 AD. The aqueduct to Nîmes was approximately 50 kilometers long, with an average gradient of 24.6 centimeters per kilometer, the steepest upstream from the Pont du Gard. This was to keep the bridge as low as possible. The water flow rate was approximately 20,000 cubic meters per day. The three-tiered arcade narrows towards the top, and the overall height is 49 meters above the lowest water level of the Gardon River. The lower level consists of 6 arches and is 142 m long, 6 m wide, and 22 m high. The middle floor consists of 11 arches and is 242 m long, 4 m wide, and 20 m high. The upper level, which houses the waterway, consists of 35 arches and is 275 m long, 3 m wide, and 7 m high. It was renovated in the 19th century by order of Napoleon III. Countless writers, artists, and archaeologists have sung praises about this incredible site. Similar Roman aqueducts can be found in Segovia, Spain, and Istanbul, Turkey. How to get there? Take a bus from Avignon or Nîmes, or join a local tour. Registered in 1985. Category: Cultural Heritage. Church of the Abbey of Saint-Savin-sur-Gartempe. This church is a medieval church in Saint-Savin, a city in the Vienne department in France. It is known for having 36 well-preserved Romanesque murals and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The exact date of the abbey's founding is unknown, as the charter for the abbey was lost in 1598, towards the end of the Wars of Religion. Traditionally, it dates back to two Christians, Savin and Cyprian, who fled persecution in Macedonia in the 5th century. They fled to the banks of the Gartempe River, where they were martyred and buried near the present-day city of Saint-Savin. About 300 years later, when the two men discovered relics at the site of their martyrdom, Badius, secretary to Charlemagne, decided to build a monastery there to house the relics. In 1010, Omad, a female ruler of the counties of Poitou and Aquitaine, granted the abbey permission to build the present church. In the 13th century, Count Alphonse de Poitiers, brother of King Louis IX of France, provided financial support for the construction of the monastery complex. It then prospered during the 100 Years' War, changing hands between England and France. During the Wars of Religion, Catholics and Protestants fought over ownership and the area fell into ruin. Between 1640 and 1692, the church was restored and new buildings were built. Within the 1st century, it had regained its original function, but was again destroyed by the outbreak of the French Revolution. In 1792, the church became a parish church and the last 4 monks left. In 1836, the conservator of historical sites, Prosper Mérimée, pointed out the urgent need for restoration, which began in 1840, and by 1849 was considered a temporary success. It was registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983, and the International Mural Center was established there in 1990. How to get there? The main tourist destination for the Abbey Church of Saint-Savin-sur-Gartempe is Poitiers. Registered in 1983. Category: Cultural Heritage. Place Stanislas, Place Carrière, and Place de la Alliance in Nancy. Place Stanislas, Place de la Carrière, and Place de l'Alliance are 3 squares in the center of Nancy, a city in the Lorraine region of France. The three squares were developed in the 18th century and are collectively registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site as they evoke classic urban planning. From Nancy Station, it's about a 10-minute walk along Avenue Stanislas to Place Stanislas. If you go under the Arc de Triomphe in one corner of the square, you will arrive at Place de la Carrière. A few hundred meters east of Place Stanislas is Place Marines. How to get there? Take the TGV from Paris Gare de l'Est to Nancy Gare, which takes about 1 hour and 40 minutes. Registered in 1983. Category: Cultural Heritage. In the description of this video, there is a link to the website World Heritage Sites at Home.